Hello everyone to another video about XAF migrations going from legacy to our modern apps. And basically today we're going to be talking about something that is really common right now. Everyone is trying to migrate from or XAF Win forms or XAF Web forms to or XAF Blazor and what to do from there, from the net all. I would say all, but it's still heavily used from the old net framework to the then net 6, net 7, net 8, and so on. So basically, one thing that we were discussing is we have done several of these migrations is how to streamline this process, how to make it faster, how to go from point one to point to complete as soon as possible. So a couple of things here. Of course, let's get to this migration folder. We always need to think about all the nuggets that we have on all systems, what version are they targeting, where are going to be the pain points there, are going to be, do they have already a nugget compatible with our target version, or do we have to do something there, or the nugget is obsolete, we need to do another one. So the first thing is like make sure that all our references are compatible. So one thing that can make that faster is to actually go and read all the metadata of your nugget. So the main idea is scan your solution, and we have a few tools, few small tools that we have built, which have done a lot of really neat scripts and really neat tooling that we might have to put together in a XAF app, as always, a migration administrator XAF app. We don't have a name yet. But basically, we go here and then we check all the nugget package that we have in our solutions. And of course, we scan all our projects and check what are the nuggets that are being repeated, so we don't repeat it here. And then from there, we say, okay, what is the nuggets that I have on my solution? Moving things here.
I think you need to do it like try to format it because it's a CSV, and in Mac they open like really neat, but in Windows they don't show the links or things like that.
Yeah, but basically you can see here, or really, right, and you can see the package that we have. We can see that it's compatible with .NET Standard 2.1, Next 5, Next 6, and you can also see the latest .NET compatibility, and we can even have here the metadata. So if we take one of these link and we open, no, actually I can just paste it. Yes.
Yeah, CSV looks better in Mac. It's the first thing that looks better actually.
Yeah. So right here you can see, and you will get all your compatible version, all your versions. So we briefly go and scan all the metadata from our nuggets to know which nuggets are not compatible, which nuggets are, and start getting the first indicator of what do we have, how big is our migration project. Of course, we always need to think that if it's compatible with net 8, even if it says here that it's not compatible with net 6, most probably it will be compatible with the net 6 as well. So that would be the first one, because of course we then need to start following our recommendations about.
Before we move to the second part, let's go back to the CSV file. There is another thing here is that the metadata for each package might be totally different. We look for some indicators to make sure that it's compatible with net 6, net 5, and so on and so forth, but some of them have crazy metadata inside. So this is as much as we can do automatically. Also, there is one thing that these scripts are taking all the unique NuGet packages from all the projects. So if you have 100 projects, we will get only the unique version, like packages from there. And the thing that we are evaluating is that the latest version of the package, what is the support, if it's for net 6, for net 8, and so on and so forth. So we always look for the maximum version of whatever package we have in the first column to check the compatibility, because the newer it is, the more compatible it should be in general. So that's it. Javier. We can just move
Yeah,
to
no, the only last thing that I will add is, if you can see, we don't have any Dev Express package here in this list, because we know the Dev Express package are going to be compatible with the version that you're migrating to. SAF Blazor is already compatible with .NET 6, 7, and 8. So that's the last point. So another thing that we saw a lot is a lot of platform code. So if you are in WinForms, you have a lot of like forms that you are presenting, custom forms, or maybe if you are in web forms, you are presenting some type of custom control, or you are presenting. So another way to go and see how big of the migration is, how much do we have to change. So the main idea is to find everything that was platform specific that we can actually take a look. For that one, there are a couple neat things. And if you scan the solution with everything that has a reference to system Windows Forms or any of the DevExpress DLLs that are for the Win platform, for example, because in this case it's Windows, but you should do the same for the web form, then you will have something like this, something like the show dialog results, that those are API for the Wins platform that presents a form and a pop-up or this type of development practice. So if we open one of them, you will see here that we have all those files that we are presenting in a form of Windows Forms.
Yep. So the idea here, Javier, was to find specific indicators of code that is like platform specific, like in this case, Windows Forms. We know that if you have to show a form, you have to use the show form or show dialog or catch the result of the dialog. So we were looking file by file those patterns. For web form, it's a little bit different, the approach, but it's, I mean, the idea is the same. You look file for file and you look for specific design patterns there. So this will give you not like an automatic migration path, because that code cannot be automatically converted, but what you will have is at least an inventory of how many files or classes you need to modify in order to move forward from platform-specific code to more generic way, like the SAF way, to say, like, let's say like that.
Exactly. And from there, you will see like also what are all the files that you need to modify, and then you also know if you are getting a result back that you will have to do something with the result, that you will need some type of response from that view, and then you start creating in Blazor the Razor components needed, and then you can add it to a view item, to a property editor, or one of the approaches that we know how to integrate a custom control in SAF Blazor and go from there. And as our last step will be basically following all the migration recommendation about changing the DLLs, the reference to package reference to project reference to the new SDK project, and adding the Blazor project, and actually going through all the recommendations, and like, of course, targeting the Net 6 and Net 5.2 if you are actually keeping both solutions at the same time, and go from there. So it's I think a more visual that you can get of your migration in a faster way, that you can actually start gauging how big the migration is and start putting hands on it. That's it for this video. This is just a general overview, a few steps to do this migration, but I think that everyone or a lot of SAF users are going through this one right now. If you had a all SAF app, Windows or web, you definitely, if you are in the middle of the migration, you are already migrated or considering moving soon. So you are in one of those three stages. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.
See you.